Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 18 of Darwell20's Let's Play of OceanBlock2. Today's episode, I want to start going down this quest line. What's this jump? Oh yeah, I made void upgrades between cuts. That's cool, yeah. I want to go down this quest line, so I want to start working towards this, right? So our ultimate goal is a breath of fresh air, the flux compressor, which looks a little bit complicated to make, but should be doable. So our goal is to work towards getting deeper under the ocean because there's like cool stuff to go explore down there, but the pressure of the depths is really strong. So I need to have air pressure to not be crushed and then also to be able to breathe. So we need to go through it looks like some pneumatic craft and some foregoing and just a little bit more ore tech to get all the stuff that we need to get this upgrade. And then that'll kind of finish the main quest of chapter 2. And then there's some side stuff to do as well. I definitely want to look at the replication mod at some point soon, but I really kind of more want to focus on this right now, and we'll definitely look at replication at some point soon. Mainly because there's nothing at this point that I feel like I need to replicate. Like, currently I'm pretty flush on resources. Like, this whole automation that I set up is really doing a nice job. Like, I have to manually prime my pumps now and again, but I've got so many resources I keep backstuffing, and it's I'm good. I'm cool. I'm not too worried about stuff. At some point in the future I might be, and then we'll look at replication as more of an urgent priority. But as it sits right now, I'd rather, progress this way. Also, I think once we get underground, we get into Nautic, which allows me to get to some tier 3 just dire things. And I think it'll also allow me to get towards applied energistics, because I think applied energistics requires finding the meteors which are under the water. So it's an underwater meteor that we'd have to find. So it's going to require me doing this. So long story short, I want to get into this. So let's go through making pressure tubes, right? So I've found pressure tubes, right? Let's look at first in order to get compressed iron ingots. And then we're also going to need some pressure tubes. So compressed iron looks like we can get it from loot, which is I think where I've gotten it from. We can also explosion craft it with cast iron ingots. Now, didn't we also see that we could make blocks of compressed iron with goo spreading? So that's kind of cool. And tier 2 goo will suffice. So if I make cast iron blocks, I should be able to... That's awesome. And that's probably better and more efficient than the explosion approach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a nice stack of iron here, and I'm going to toss it into this dude. Okay, and remember, we can't get better tier upgrades just yet. I wonder if I can get speed upgrades, though. Tier upgrades require advanced machine cores, which require, a lot of ender pearls. I might be able to make this happen at this point, because I have a couple, but I just kind of don't want to use my ender pearls at this point. Maybe. It requires fragmenting. How hard would a flux gate, which requires assembling? It's pretty deep into the whole Oratech line. It might be doable, though. Talk to me about mechanism upgrades, though. Can I get, speed and energy upgrades? They look pretty doable, right? They look pretty doable. So if I snagged, a stack of copper and give me another stack of redstone over here, so you can start doing that, and then you can start doing that, I should be able to at least get some speed and energy upgrades, and that would be cool. So while it may not be the 3 at a time thing, at least it'll be faster. All we need is some gold dust and some osmium dust, which, now that I'm thinking about it, well, I need a crusher, or do I have something? I have a sag mill, so I can totally just sag mill that. Yeah, I can, you know what? I even probably have this, and osmium would be, is it this one? Yes! Look at Dyer, being all color recognizing. So I just sag mill that up. In fact, we probably already have a bit of gold dust, so I probably don't even need to worry about that one. I'm just gonna put you back. and just let the osmium process. Because we have a ton of gold dust, because I was processing that between episodes, so we're cool there. All right? So you're getting ready to have an 1/8 of these, which I'm cool. Come on. I might need more glass, too, but not a big deal. Because I made sure that this thing was doing a little bit of back stuffing. Right? Awesome. So that means I should be able to get some speed upgrades. Well, let's get some energies. We'll start with that. Sweet. And speed upgrades now. And I'll be back once I do this a little bit more. Oh, and also I want to point out one thing I did between episodes was automate obsidian. It's a little bit hard to see here, but I realized I had water and lava production that I'm kind of not using all of. So I was like, you know what? I could use that water and lava, and I could just throw a jar right here and let it produce obsidian for me. So I put a drawer underneath it, and it's doing the thing. Just wanted to mention that briefly. All right, are you cool? Yeah, buddy. So you should be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the same for osmium. And you. It's like, you know, not great. So it uses 200 FE per tick. We should be producing. This thing says we're making what, 139. So yeah, we're not quite doing enough power production for that, but it's still faster than it was. What I really need to do is build a battery of some kind, but we'll get there when we get there, kind of deal. And then luckily I have a super fast smelter, which leads to super fast cast iron ingots, which leads to lots of these, which leads to that. Woohoo! You Vandal. Why is it called You Vandal? Breaking machines like that is so uncivilized. Oh, come on. It's all good. It's all good. All right, now that we've got access to large amounts of compressed iron, we should have no problem making reinforced pressure tubes, which is cool. And that's a quest complete. Nice. So that's step 1-ish. And ironically, I got regular pressure tubes for that. Can I get, like, reinforced from... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's... Okay, that's fair. Not a problem. So I'll make as much of that as I can. Because reinforced, I think, is just better in every way, right? So now that that's done, let's make some adamant ingots, which, if I remember correctly, is just nickel and diamond. So that should be easy. So I'm just going to grab, like... I'm going to grab a half a stack of each, and we'll see if that's sufficient for our needs at this time. So you're going to go in the foundry, and you'll start foundrying. And then shortly after that, you'll spit out an adamant ingot, which should be cool. Hooray! Stronger than diamonds! And I got something mob mashers. Next up, we need advanced pressure tubes. So, like, I need advanced pressure tubes? Apparently. So that's going to be pretty easy to get as well. Far easier than it is in normal pneumatic craft, at least. Right? So I do that, and then I've got my 24 advanced pressure tubes, which is also super cool. I'm going to stick you in here for now. I'm probably going to forget that I did that, but I'm going to do it nonetheless. Okay. Then we can look at... Why did I get an apple as a reward? What a weird reward. I feel like there's a reason for that. So now we're like halfway there. Now let's go into bucket of creosote, shouldn't be a problem, and the engineer's workbench. So creosote I've been storing over here in a very large and very nice drawer. Don't drink this. So I'm guessing there's a whole immersive chapter that I just unlocked a bunch of quests in. And then Aura Tech, we unlocked some things too. And Pneumatic Craft, we've been progressing, which is cool. I'm going to store all my XP because I always want more of that. All right, so then we should be able to get treated wood planks. Cool. And then we can do this, because we need slabs, right, for this dude. We're going to need some treated sticks. And then we're going to need an engineer's crafting table. And did this thing use my sticks just now? It did. So I'm going to need more sticks. And then just another one of these. With my bucket. Well, that was interesting. It scooped up both buckets worth. Ha! That's kind of neat. It's an interesting, unexpected side effect. All right, and now that we've got the engineer's doohickey, we should be cool to make an engineer's blueprint, this one, and then we need vacuum tubes, right? So I'm going to clear all the to-do list items otherwise. You are relatively easy. We just need some blue dye, which we can get. And then you are, I'm going to stick you like right here-ish. That's fair. I like that. I like the positioning of that. And then you go in there, and then to get vacuum tubes, glax variant. Okay, I'm guessing that's just any glass, right? So glass, nickel plate, copper wire, and redstone, right? So nickel plate we can get from the plating doohickey. So give me... I'm going to start with 8, and then we'll see. Copper wire, we've got enough of to hold us over. Let's get you melting sooner than later. I'm going to assume... But I didn't mean to be doing that. Turn that off. You were supposed to be a plate. I bet I can melt them back down, right? Or I hope. Looks like I can. Good. Because I'm not quite sure what I've done with all those nickel rods. Okay. And then just glass and redstone, right? So then we combine all this stuff and we get our vacuum tubes, right? Hopefully enough. Sweet. Okay, now we should be able to make the flux compressor. So to make this dude, we have half of what we need. We need a turbine motor bearing, copper alloy nuggets, which is just copper alloy, so I can make that happen real easy. That was cool. Invar gear is going to need some Invar, and I assume that's 4 nuggets worth, or ingots worth. Right? So, swap you out real quick for a gear pattern. Throw the Invar in there and then let that cook. And then we need a blast furnace, which should be easy enough. And then whatever that turbine doohickey is, also easy enough. Sweet. So now we just need the gear and we're good to go. Perfect timing. Who could have asked for something better than that? All right. Told you we're cruising today. Bing, bang, boom. What did I get? Another chaos box? Do we want to go, you know... Ooh, did I get a blaze jet wand as a reward? That's cool. I like that. You can go in my backpack as like as a backup. All right, so you go away. You guys are done. You're done. Security upgrade is nice to have. Definitely want that, so no explodey bits. You guys are probably done. And then we can do that, right? So that's cool. So more compressed iron ingots for our future needs. You can be put away. This guy just seems to spawn a mob every time I do him, so like let's. Oh, he's a little bit nastier now. I activated my invulnerability ability. Woohoo! Got some abyssal fragments. Ooh, and some acceleration cards. That's cool. See, everybody's like, hey, Dyer, your armor's not that powerful. Use invulnerability correctly, it's extremely powerful. You're completely invulnerable for, like, a decent amount of time. You gotta use the abilities, and then my armor is probably nearly OP. It's just, you know, it's this armor down here, it matches vanilla values. So, like, you know, the power of my armor is not in the having better armor than vanilla. It's having cool abilities. Anyway, back to task. All right, so we've got our flux compressor, right? So I'm guessing I want to hook that up to power, and something pretty cool. So give me a second and let's figure out what's up. All right, so now we want to take our flux compressor, right? And I assume to progress beyond this, we're going to need to charge it and make the suit, right? So we're going to want a charging station. We're going to want the pneumatic pressure suit. So pneumatic craft suit, armor, something. Yeah. Compressed iron, pneumatic boots, pneumatic chest plate, pneumatic helmet, pneumatic leggings. Sign me up, right? And then in addition to that, we're going to want the pressure chamber. Do I need that? I know how to make those. So scuba gear requires an upgrade matrix, which is a thermopneumatic processor, fused quartz, ferrocore, air canister. I'm not seeing anything that tells me I need that yet. Depth upgrade, adamant ingot, energetic alloy, upgrade matrix. We definitely need a thermopneumatic doohickey, right? So we can make our upgrade matrices. And that is going to need... yeah, I don't see any need to make the pressure chamber yet. I'm sure I will need to. Do you need... Oh, you do need 2 bars of pressure, but I can do that without a chamber, right? And your temperature doesn't matter as long as it's greater than 0. So yeah, I'm cool without having to worry about that too much. So let's get our thermopneumatic doohickey, right? So you're going to be some of these. I'm going to get a few of them just to be ready, because we're going to need them eventually anyway, right? And then you guys will be 1, 2, and then you're already in place, right? We already have some of those. Cool. So there's your thermopneumatic. We're also going to want a charging station. I need more clay at some point. Dyer's lazy about the clay because I haven't automated it yet. That's on me. Alright, charging station, good. Right? Advanced pressure, good. That thing, good. Okay. And then we just need some lapis and some water. I'm assuming you guys just smelt, right? Yeah, 12 versus 1 to 1. Yeah, we're cool. Give me tons of lapis, please. Alright, now you're going to need power. And as per normal, my power setup is a little janky, but we'll figure it out. Let's do this, 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 and that. You're going to be that way, aren't you? Cool. And then I should be able to install my upgrade in here. And the security upgrade will do the safety valve where it'll automatically release air pressure if it gets too high. So that's cool. Can I make that thing yet with the things and the whatchamacallit to make it like not blow uppy? Yeah, you. Where's the not blow uppy bit? And in fact, I got a modular expansion card from a airdrop, so that's kind of cool. Right? I even have a couple unassembled PCBs, which are the kind that you can combine to like make stuff. But like I actually have, well, close to enough. I'm short one transistor, but that's all come from stuff and things. Ooh, I even have a logistics configurator. Nice. But what I want is a pressure gauge, which I can then turn into the pressure gauge tube module, which can emit a redstone signal based on pressure values. Right? Now, you're allowed to go up as high as 10, and you're allowed to go up as high as 20. So let's, can I power you from underneath, you think? So right now your power is dropping. But if I did that, your power would be maxed. Nice. That's what I wanted to see. Because then I can do this. And I can install the module expansion card, which means I can emit when greater than 9.5 bars. Right? And then hopefully that's cool enough. I might need a repeater here. I love that recipe so much. Right? And then you can be redstone mode low signal. So if you're not getting a signal, actually, I'm going to make this redstone mode high. Right? Because I'd rather, I like that. I like it to be like, hey, I'm getting a signal, I'm going to run. It's a little better than the opposite. Right? So that's cool. So now you're building up some pressure. You should be cool. I get you a bucket of water. I throw some lapis in there, and you're gonna bing, bang, boom. Cool. Is that groovy time? Works for me. All right, so now we've got the upgrades that we need. The next thing we want to do is actually make the pneumatic stuff. So that's going to require a little bit of work. All right, so that's going to require... We get 2 of these per. I'm assuming I need 1 for every armor piece. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. And then we need a lot of air canisters. Well, I don't know for sure that we need a lot of air canisters, but I'm going to assume that we do. Oh, you need leather boots? Come on, man, you're killing me. Nobody wants that many crafting steps. All right, so there's pneumatic boots, so that's check. We're gonna have to remember how to make this ersatz leather stuff. It's been a long time, but I remember it not being that hard. I need 7 air canisters. Goodness gracious. Okay, there's your pneumatic chest plate. The helmet, I assume, is going to be a similar process. Another 7. Are we going to need more compressed iron? We may. Yep. All right, so let's get more iron. I'm going to cook this up off camera. It'll hopefully be a lot quicker this time. It's just going to be a matter of doing this very quickly, and we'll be right back. And I should probably get some coal. All right, now we've got the helmet done, which is cool, and now we just need the leggings, which apparently I already have compressed iron leggings from somewhere, so that's cool. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm 1 nugget short. Oh, I'm 1 ingot short. That is just rude. Luckily, I'm making more still. I made a whole nother stack, so I got 7 blocks, as you know. So, come on. You can do it. And we're gooing. Sweet. All right, so you there, you there, you there, and that's that one. And then you can make the legs. Nice. Okay, cool. So that covers that all. Beautiful. Now, the next thing we need to do, after being Iron Man, is look at... Ooh, we get more security upgrades. Ooh, item life upgrade. I like that. Speed upgrade. I like that too. That we'll do in a minute. Technically, this is not required to get to this, so we're cool, right? All I need now is the scuba upgrade and the depth upgrade Mark 1. Max safe dive depth is 160 meters. Now I can upgrade that to a Mark 2, which gets me to 256. Getting some major Subnautica feels here, which I do appreciate. Pretty cool. Okay, so scuba upgrade kit is going to need... I have the upgrade matrix, right? So we need more fused quartz, which is just... you know what? I can just throw quartz in here. And that'll get me some fused quartz. And for that, I am very thankful. You know, lots of lapis. Created a monster. Lapis monster. Okay. And then we need... Am I out of paracore? Really? Okay, that's fair. At least that's craftable like that. And then you're like that. Easy peasy. So now I just need some ferrocore. So give me some iron, and I'll be back once I process a few of these. And... ferrocore. Cool. And then... you're that. And then you're ready for a scuba upgrade. Nice. Now for the depth upgrade, we just need some energetic alloy, which is easily that. And some adamant, which we should be cool with, right? So gold, 1, 2, 3. Glowstone, 1, 2, 3. And redstone, 1, 2, 3. Here, and while that's cooking, I can go steal the other adamant that was processing from before. And there's your depth upgrade. Nice. Cool. And then we just need to charge all these things up. And I'm guessing that's why you gave me speed upgrades, because this thing is historically kind of slow about, you know, infusing pressure into there. So this guy is leggings, so depth upgrade, good guess. And then this guy is helmet. So I'll let this thing, you know, do this, and then we can do that. And then this can go in all kinds of stuff. I never quite, you know. And then item life upgrade, boots, helmet. What does the item life upgrade do in here? Slowly auto repair the cost of air pressure. That's cool. I like that. We might want that for all of them. I really like that. And then security upgrade. I don't think we care about that for that dude, right? So yeah, but I wouldn't mind a few more of these. So I'm on board, right? So let this thing fill up some pressure. And let me get 2 more life upgrades if I can, because if those are easy enough to get, I would like them. They are easy enough to get. Right? That's cool. Now this guy can get up to 10, and this guy can get up to 20. So I'm gonna install the security upgrade in him, because technically he's the one who could explode because of reasons, right? But now let's put a life upgrade in you. You're cool. I'm gonna start charging my leggings again. You also get a life upgrade. And then we just have to charge up, you know, the rest of this stuff with a lot of pressure, and we should be cool. Huh? Huh? I think so. I'm on board. Just remember, he'll only be able to balance the pressure in the armor with the pressure in the station. So, like, right now, we won't be able to go beyond 5. We're waiting for this guy to generate more pressure, which he could do if we threw our speed upgrades in him, which I might, you know, we'll see. We'll see. All right, that's probably good enough for now. And then you can have an upgrade. And that's cool. And there's lots of upgrades we can put in these guys, by the way. Like, all kinds of cool upgrades. What I think I'm going to do is get rid of my diving set, because I don't think I need him anymore now that I've got my pneumatic set. What I will do is take this armor off. I will forget these slots. Look who decided to pay me a visit. I hate you guys so much. Look how slow I run. You know, it's funny, like, I get very used to the speed of... You guys are just really fast, aren't you? I was like, no way he's going to catch me before I sleep. Incorrect assessment, my friends. You get very used to how fast you move with speed upgrades, and then, like... Nope. Alright, so then you guys can go here. I'm going to remember you. Okay. And then I will probably... where are you at? 2.5? Come on, bro. Speed it up already with the pressure. Let's go. And then you get that dude. And then I just want you guys to be memorized too. So real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and memory. Alright, cool. Sweet. Alright, let you... Oh wow, you're going fast. Okay. So I'm going to call that a good wrapping up point for the episode. Next episode, we'll come back and explore the briny depths, right? So we get soulbound, which is cool. Ooh, we get a flawless budding Certus quartz. We should be very careful with that. And we get another... Well, we got 2 flawless budding Certus quartz. And then we got this dude. So let me equip this armor for this fight that I'm about to do. Ain't got nothing on me, Chief. Nothing. Nothing on Dyer and his overpowered armor. Alright, so yes, those are important. Yes, I put them away in the system so that they'd be safe. I'm going to make sure my inventory is nice and clear so that I'm ready to go, right? And then when we come back next episode, it'll be exploring the briny depths. For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We'll come back next time and go swimming. For now, take it easy.